Hey Lovies, welcome to another episode of Witchy Wednesday. And today I have a really special unboxing for you. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to show you. But first, how are you liking my new digs for my studio? I finally am filming here and you guys can get to see some of my collection. If you aren't aware, I am a horror collector and I am a horror artist. So I do sell some of these repaints that you'll see behind here. I do sell some of these in my Etsy shop. I'll link that below. It's coming that spooky season. So if you want to peruse around my shop, go ahead. But yeah, so I'm probably going to be filming a Halloween in this kind of setup, so let me know what you guys think below. So today we are unboxing the Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. I'm so excited to get this. I've literally have gotten this in the mail today, so you're seeing it firsthand. Pretty much anyone who has pre-ordered this is probably getting them today, so I really wanted to jump on here and be one of the first to kind of review this guy. But I know that there is a deck that it's not many cards, but you can get them Disney, and I think they sell them at the Haunted Mansion, and they had a black and white one available, but this one is full color. I haven't done any of the sneak peeks, so we're definitely looking at it together. So also, you guys, I'm a huge Tim Burton fan, so I'll show you some of my collection and my studio. But I have some Nightmare Before Christmas, of course I have some Beetlejuice, I have some really awesome foreign pieces that has come overseas for Corpse Bride. Corpse Bride is probably one of my absolute favorite Tim Burton films, and I have a bunch of other smaller things. I've gone to Danny Elfman's concert a couple of times. I have had my bridal shower in the theme of Nightmare Before Christmas, so the obsession is real. So when we dig into this, the excitement is about to go down. So without further ado, let's look into Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. Okay, let's cut into this, shall we? I'm so excited. So you guys know this is completely sealed, so my first look is also your first look. So really awesome box. Loving the artwork. Super pretty. Love Jack and Sally here on the infamous arch. There's a guidebook in here. I just want to see who is this from. So the deck, it looks like it's from Insight Editions. Interesting. I don't think I have a deck from them, but so far I really love it. It has like that gilding type of effect, so really cool. Let's pop it in. I will say that I have a couple decks that are pretty much decks that is for fun, right? So I'm not expecting to have like full symbols in here. I'm not even expecting it to be pretty much like a Rider-Waite-Smith kind of style. I'm hoping that it's its own thing, but I am kind of getting the feeling, just looking at some of the cards on the back, I am getting a feeling that this is like very similar to Game of Thrones or other type of like decks like this, where it's pretty much a play deck and it's for fun, you know? So I necessarily wouldn't probably use this like on a reading for someone. This is probably super personal or just like for fun if there was a party or a Halloween party, but I had to have this in my collection. That goes without saying that I'm still excited, and I'm pretty sure this is a very usable deck. I will say, if you were trying to conduct a reading using symbology, alchemical, the elements, you know, anything like that, this possibly might not be the deck for you, but let's let me not keep going. Let's actually open it up. The box is really awesome and it's really good quality. Really nice tuck box. Super cute imagery in the back. Oh, I love the guidebook already. I'm not going to go too much in the guidebook. I just want to see how it reads. So we do have colored pages, which is nice. Super, super awesome. Oh, so I actually love reading the guidebook. So I know a lot of tarot readers and tarot instructors will tell you to kind of take this guidebook and just throw it out. That's yes and no, right? Because I do want to pay the respects to the illustrator, because the illustrator obviously illustrated the cards in a certain way that they wanted to relay their message. You, of course, as an intuitive reader, can look at these cards and get your own messages, but I really think it's also very important to read the guidebook to see kind of the feel for the deck, what the author, what the illustrator is kind of trying to bring to the story, along with your own thoughts once you get familiar with the deck. So you know, that comes kind of like with a caveat. When you're trying to learn the tarot, you should obviously go by your own intuition, but reading the guidebook, it's, of course, I think that's so beneficial. So, but just my thoughts. Okay, so interesting. The actual cards didn't come in its own plastic. It does have this this pull string. So interesting, the cards didn't come in their own protective sleeve. I wish that they had done that just for an extra bit of protection, but I see no damages. These are the backs of the cards. Oh, look at that. I love, and they feel fantastic. Let's look at the actual cardstock, and they're not stuck. I mean, I don't think they're gilded, so no, these are not gilded, so the possibility of them being stuck is not there. So let's see if I can bring you in closer. No shine, you see that? I don't know how that will be for fingerprints. It does have like, I can't really explain the feel of this, but it's very, very well done, and it's really nice cardstock too. So, so okay, let's kind of go through the deck. Majors first. So we have the actual Fool card. I really love how the Fool is depicted here. It's kind of still kind of playing off of that idea of going into the unknown. So when he goes into this forest, he really doesn't, Jack is kind of surrounded by all of the holidays, right? So it's really an unknown, and it's kind of the Christmas tree pulls to him. So that's kind of what I feel with the Fool too. It's really open, it's really vast, there's endless possibilities, but there is something that's always kind of going to guide you. So I really love that depiction of the Fool. The Magician is so cute. It's so cute. I love the book and the broomsticks here. I wish that they had more of the tools, but really they have their spell book, and I'm loving the older and younger like aspect of this card. So it's really pulling down that as above so below, as crone, and then you got kind of the maiden. So it's still pulling off of like duality, so which is really, really awesome. High Priestess is Sally, of course. Love. And can we take a look at this imagery? Oh, it's just so good. It's so, so good. The Empress. This is amazing. I love just like, I love the smock. I love still keeping with the florals. I love the abundance of what this looks like. It's just great. Santa as the Emperor. I'm really loving the nod to the Rider-Waite Smith, where you have he's seated on a chair. So I still actually love that they chose Santa because of the red, because usually the Emperor gives you like very Mars red power, passion type of feel. So Santa being in his chair, that resembles very much the Rider-Waite Smith Emperor, is a really good nod to that. The Hierophant as the mayor, like that is perfect. Perfect. And I love how they chose the other side of the face, the worrying face for the mayor, because I love when a Hierophant card comes in and it feels like if you're that person who's not really following a certain type of rule set, then things can start getting worrying or stressful, and that's kind of what this card resembles here, which is perfect. The Lovers, of course, is Jack and Sally on the hill here. Beautiful. The Chariot with Zero and the other reindeers and Santa Jack. Beautiful. Strength is the Behemoth. How cute is that? But pulling some sort of heavy load in the back. Perfect for a Behemoth. The Hermit, very awesome depiction. Almost a little bit sneaky feeling, which I don't really get for the Hermit, but I really do appreciate that, you know, there's kind of a light source that's coming from the Hermit, and it's having still that like inner sense of knowledge. So I feel like the Creature Under the Stairs is a really good depiction of that, knowing something and being of the know and having that light and kind of waiting for someone. That's a really awesome feeling for the Hermit card. Wheel of Fortune and Oogie Boogie's lair. It's great. Justice. So great when they're having their town hall meeting to go over Jack's plans to take over Christmas. The Hanged Man as Santa. So cute. I love this. And if we get a closer look, you can see how Santa is looking up. And I don't think it's because of like all the ghouls that are in Oogie Boogie's lair. I just think of this this particular scene in the movie where he sees that he's getting rescued. So I love this depiction of the Hanged Man, because even though he's kind of looks like in the scene that he's pretty much a goner, there's still a glimpse of hope if you're pretty much turning the situation around. So a really good touch there. At least that's kind of what I see. Death is the gate to the graveyard where Jack hangs out. Really awesome. Love the just the colors that they use in the back. It's so vivid, so good. And the cards are not borderless, but the actual drawings of the cards really do well with just like the essence of Tim Burton and Nightmare Before Christmas. So it's almost like I wouldn't dare even try to trim these. Like, it just looks so good just the way it is, and I just love the black. Temperance is perfect when she's making her stew for Dr. Finkelstein. So it's just so cool. The Devil is himself, Oogie Boogie. Really, really cool. I love the chains. Good. That's a really awesome kind of nod again to RWS with the chains. Really awesome Devil's card. The Tower, really awesome. The Tower doesn't have that explosion feel, but nonetheless, I do love it. I really do actually love that the light is there in the tower, because usually in a tower there is some sort of destruction, but it's almost like a phoenix where like you're risen from the ashes. So maybe it's almost like an afterthought that this is like the light that's kind of at the end of the tunnel. So it's however you want to see this tarot card, but I see more hope than destruction, which is a complete opposite, but very interesting nonetheless. The Star as Zero with his nose. Look at the detail. Let me see if you can see. It's a little pumpkin like he has. Super cute. The Moon, Love. Beautiful, beautiful card. And he's like literally basking in it. Love that. The Sun. Oh my god, how cute. What's this? with this. It's so cute. It's just a joyous. A sun is such a joyful card, and this really, it just brings a smile to your face. When the seed, you see the scene, and Jack is so happy. It's childhood, pure childlike behavior, and that's pretty much what the sun is, hands down. Judgment was Santa's list. Perfect. The world and the enchanted forest with all of the holiday trees. Beautiful. Okay, so that was the majors. Really, really awesome, you guys. Like, oh my god, if you are a fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, like this, it's really just amazing. They really, you could feel that they took their time and made some of it still kind of playful, and some of it you can kind of grab from RWS, and you can kind of get your own ideas from the colors. There's a lot when it comes to colors, you know. It may not seem that way, but you know, just the kind of blending of colors and other type of like creatures and things like that, there's a lot to kind of grab from your intuition with this. So really awesome majors. All right, the minors. So let's see. The minors, it looks like they're separated into candles, presents. It's so cute. Needles. Interesting. Needles. Very cool. And potions. So let's go through them and see, like, if we can kind of guess what the actual suits would be. You know, just trying to see if they actually correspond at all. So, King of Candles, the Pumpkin King, really cool. Queen of Candles, love the cat. The Knight of Candles, Wolfman. Oh, very cute. The page, kind of like a very baby, very novice type of beginner energy from this page of candles. Super cute. Love the artwork. Ace of Candles, the vampire. Two of Candles, love this. Really love the ideas of going down, but being kind of guided by the candlelight going down. Three of Candles. Four of Candles, really just kind of a feel good amongst friends type of vibe. The Five of Candles is, we have like kind of like problematic, so I would think this is more like wands. This was giving me wand vibes, but the Oogie Boogie Boys, so cute. Seven of Candles. I'm getting a really awesome like success vibe from here, so we see that this one's a little bit tilted and a little bit more vibrant than the others. Really awesome. Seven of Candles. Eight. We have the Nine of Candles. I really love how a lot of these candles have been burned down, and you can see a lot of the melted wax. This comes off to me as very much lessons learned, or something that you are trying to accomplish is either nearing its end, or you're getting pretty much like a lesson or fulfillment from that. So it's just mature candles, and that's kind of what I get from that. 10 is usually a number of completion, so I love the candelabra with all the candles. Really, really awesome. Okay, that was candles. King of Presents, of course, that would be Jack. Really cute with the present. Look at his face. So cute. The Queen of Presents, so cute. I love this. I feel like there's a little bit of made up characters here. I don't remember seeing this in the film, but already I'm kind of getting a vibe of possibly pentacles, the laborers, like the elves. If we see that in here, that would probably indicate that this is kind of like a labor type of suit. So like we have the queen that's kind of like the Mrs. Claus type, that's like pretty much probably baking all night and working as, you know, Mr. Claus is working, just like kind of the king of presents, just like Jack works really hard to kind of get that Christmas and Halloween in town. So like I can kind of see that happening. There's a lot of passion here. See, same thing, night. So like it's just the elves kind of working hard and making sure that like the stockings are all set. And then the page of presents, I like die. How cute is he? Just like anticipation, right? The page, anticipation, and the ace, Teddy. I love. Love. Two of presents. Again, duality may be a choice and to prioritize which present that you possibly like better. Three of presents, really cute. So Halloween Town is pretty much gearing up for Christmas, and this is a very like helpful type of vibe where like he's trying to help Sandy Claus. You know, I get like a very helpful assistant vibe from this, so really cute. Four of presents. Yeah, for sure. So like if this was Pentacles, this would be like more like a hoarding situation, right? So like a nod to RWS where you have the rats and you have like multiple presents of cheese, and it looks like this one is trying to hoard it. I just get like, especially for rats as scavengers, the Four of Pentacles is just pretty much perfect for this. Five of Pentacles with the gifts. Six of Presents. Very like sharing type of card. Seven, really awesome. It seems like, especially with the gift wrap, it's still kind of there's still like a goal to reach, and I feel like everyone is so excited about Christmas. So it reads to me more of like to keep progressing and keep moving with goals. Eight of Presents looks like abundance. Santa's sack. Nine of Presents. Another one that pretty much reminds me of abundance. So see, a lot of these cards, they are very similar with the presents. So this is what I mean. Like I would have to go back and look at the actual guidebook to see like exactly what the artist had in mind and the author to give us some insight on these cards. So like see how this one, it's still like in progress. So this is still goal oriented and this is still a completion, but there's a lot of presents here. When it gives me a lot of things like this, especially when it comes to pentacles, if I think this is a pentacle suit, then it just reminds me of abundance. So you can read this as you have what you need or you have too much. And then the 10 of presents is that night. So it's just awesome. It's that night where everything just comes, you know, to full realization. So, you know, Jack thinks that he's doing something awesome and the kids are realizing, and there's just a lot of mayhem. So even though the 10 of Pentacles usually depicts like a labor gone very good, so I guess you can say that this is labor that's gone very good for Jack, but it's still not going to have the outcome that he thinks. So interesting card. King of Needles is Dr. Finkelstein. I love that actually. Ah, such good illustrations. Makes sense. Queen of Needles. Just like a very sassy type queen that knows pretty much what she's doing. Very intellectual. I love her clothing stitched up here. So still with that needle vibe. Everything is kind of made. Knight of Needles. The page here is represented by Lock, Shock, and Barrel, and it's so cute because it's all about maturity, right? So they need to still kind of learn, and lessons learned to grow and understand the difference between right or wrong, even though they want to do more wrong than right, but still a very cute page. Ace of Needle, Sally and her pin, awesome. Two of Needles, looks like she's working really hard on the clothing that Jack requested from her. Really interesting play on needles. I didn't see how they were going to do this, but it works. Okay, Three of Needles. So we know that this is a kind of like a sword deck. So this is Heartbreak. And I love the stitching on here too. So a lot of heartbreak too, especially with Sally. And it's more so like not finding, you know, her freedom, but coming to the decision that like she has to choose like what is right versus like doing and following along with her true love and what he wants. Four of Needles. Five of Needles, conflict. Six of Needles is it's a really awesome card to show kind of going through some hardships, right? So I love this scene, and it just reminds me of the scene where like Sally has to unravel herself and escape and then go through that pain just to kind of stitch herself back up. It's just perfect for the Six of Needles. Seven of Needles. Eight of Needles. So again, following the same sentiments, it's almost like there's hope after restriction. So not like the other one where it was like a painful type of thing. This is more like, I can just tell from the movement of the card, this is a very like coming from restriction, unlock those boundaries and tie yourself up and kind of go off of the vibes of just pure free will. I love this. Nine of Needles. 10 of Needles with all of the needles like punching a pumpkin. A very awesome nod to the RWS. Okay, and then the last one we have is potions. So I think this is probably going to be more on, probably, I see that is creatures. So what do we have left? We had the pentacles, we had the swords, we had the wand. So I'm going to think that potions is cups. Perfect, because it's potions. So I think that I did good here. So let's just take a look. King of Potions, super cute. Queen of Potions. Going to go through these a little bit faster. This video is super long and I want to talk about all of the scenes, but have to keep going. King of Potions, or Knight of Potions, really awesome, almost like in a suit, and he has his potion and he's ready, but he's just not there yet. And then Page, of course, is the novice. Ace of Potions, if we're talking about cups, this is perfect. I love the artwork, how it comes through here and there's like a butterfly, because it really plays off of like creativity and emotion and love and just like a very flirtatious vibe. So really cool. And it's Jack that's holding this, it looks like. Very cool. Two of Potions is typically like shown as Harmony card. Three of Potions is the gathering of friends, kind of and this looks like it's a gathering to get something done. So unlike the Three of Cups, where it's like more celebratory, this looks like it's like a meeting of the minds. Four of Cups, love how it's going off of that nod where you always have a cup that's kind of drawing to you. Meanwhile, you have the other three cups. So it's almost like be happy with what you have and that's kind of what's being called to you. Oh, 5 of potions is perfect. Oh, this hit me right in the feels. 5 of potions, 5 of cups, that despair, that just want to give up. Like, oh my god, this has to one of the best cards by far that hits on a 5 of potions. And look, there, this one spilled, and it's, you're such in despair that you don't see that the other cups are perfectly fine on the other side. Oh, what a great card. Good job. Really good on that cup card. 6 of potions. Loving here that it's looking at like the brighter side, even though we are in in a town that's full of dread and things that are kind of dead. But even having them in the jars, it's somewhat still like having that revival type vibe. So even though the plants aren't technically alive, but for the settlers of Halloween Town to kind of put this into their vases, it kind of has a meaning in that in itself. So really cool. 7, nod to RWS with a lot of decisions, and you know, you have to clear your mind and make one. 8 of potions. 9 of potions. And 10 of potions is a really awesome card to dictate that things are kind of moving in the direction that you want. So there's a lot of emotion and a lot of joy and a lot of things coming to fruition. It's just a very supportive card. So it really, I love the fact that this is kind of a pumpkin and it's kind of exuding all of these cups, all of these emotions. So super awesome. I would have loved to go through this in more detail. I think I might just kind of do maybe a reading and another video. Go read the actual book here. So read some of the things that are in here and kind of relate them into the artwork, and I'll do like maybe a part 2 follow-up if you're interested in that. So leave your comments below and let me know. I hope that you found this enjoyable. I really hope that you got a awesome first look at the Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. I'm really gonna enjoy that, especially this upcoming Samhain season. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time. Bye.